I'm going to share the third tip with you. Coach Wang already mentioned this key point just now. The longer the serve is, as long as your footwork specifically is correct, the back to front footwork movement I mentioned, it becomes very easy to borrow power. The longer the ball, the easier to borrow power. We must learn the technique of borrowing power. I'll show you for both forehand and backhand. Use the opponent's power to generate your own. Stop trying to use only active force. When you use too much active force, then you lose control of the contact. A large backswing leads to being jammed. It also causes unconcentrated power at contact. On the backhand, you'll miss the timing. At this stage, you must learn to start with borrowing power. Master active force. Watch this. Once the blade angle is set, use your center of gravity. Keep the hand steady. Drive forward using your weight. The same applies to the forehand. As I taught you before, the elbow follows the hip. Coordinate the hip thrust. Combine forces as you thrust the hip. Don't make large movements. Borrowing power requires a minimal backswing. Watch me. Forehand, elbow follows the hip. As you thrust the hip, drive the hand and this prevents a large backswing. This third point is very critical. Come on, serve it. Third point, learn to borrow power, especially in the early stages. When you can't generate power yet, watch Coach Wang. Minimal backswing. Use the hip to combine forces and brush. See, I'm borrowing the serve's power. Borrow power and brush with a back to front motion. Thanks for following. Do you feel that? Small, don't do this. This is a large backswing. It makes the timing very difficult. If you keep doing large backswings, it's hard to find the right point. Look at Coach Wang again. At a certain point, I thrust the hip to combine power. Got it? It's very simple. The blade face must be open. If it's not open, the ball will slip. Are you following, brothers? Same for the push block. Drive it forward with your weight. The longer the ball, the more power I can borrow, as long as I'm not jammed. Understand? Now, pen hold RPE. Did it look like I had a backswing? Thanks for the heart, member 0866. Did you see Coach Wang use a backswing? Almost zero backswing. I created space, then drove forward with my center of gravity. Because the incoming ball has great power. One more time. I'll show you a transitional return. Thanks, love table tennis. Thanks, Wu Xiaodao, for the spool roses. Watch Coach Wang's transition. Back to front movement. Hip thrust and brush. That was light. Now a heavy one. Understand now? Use your weight to borrow power. Hold the tension. Now the forehand. Let's do a forehand one. It's very clear on the forehand. Look. How does this feel? Backswing is too large. The timing is already off. I need to use my center of gravity. Elbow follows hip. I move back to make space. Creating distance. Is this my normal forehand? That was a wrong demonstration. Let's try that again. Wait, what happened? I'll do a few more long ones for the fans. Good. Let's start officially now, so the fans can avoid these pitfalls. Brothers, I'll make the movement even smaller. Meaning. The ball speed won't be slow. I'm using my core to combine power. Even smaller movement now. Combine core power to drive forward. Thank for the heart. My apologies. That was indeed a wrong demonstration. You understand now? Brothers, you get it. That was the third tip. Minimal backswing. Let's call it that. Use combined core power. The longer the serve, the easier to borrow power. Got it? Alright, now I'll officially teach you the techniques. Left side spin. Good. Thanks, Jin Li Huan. Thanks for the stars. Thank you, everyone. Now I'll start teaching you the techniques for left and right side spin. It's mainly about finding the power timing because point. I've just taught you how to combine forces and create space for timing, right? With that foundation, I'll teach you some small tricks so you can return left side spin effectively. Thanks for the popularity tickets. To that fellow player, Today we're talking about long serves. I'll teach you about short ones separately later, okay? Teaching long serves today. Take a look. Thanks for the roses. Let's start with left side spin. Has a movement that makes it hard to find the point. First thing I taught you earlier was insufficient back to front distance. Understand? Second is positioning. There's a trick. Buy in, serve one. Serve it right here, right to my hand. Watch where the ball goes. Where will it end up? It comes right at me. Doesn't it have an inward body jamming spin? I mean for left side spin. Buy in, serve it more obviously. When I try to loop, the ball curves into my body. Do you have that same feeling? Just as I'm about to loop. It jams me. Especially into the middle zone, right? Forehand is slightly better. I can wrap around it. Even more jamming. I'll teach you a little trick for left side spin. Brushing the right left side spin is a must. Requires brushing the right for of the side ball. Top spin, brush the top right. For side back spin, brush the middle right. First, I'll demonstrate the contact points. Side top spin, top right of the ball. Friends, I'm just giving you examples. Minimal backswing. Create space. Brush the top right of the ball. Let's make space first. Second, for side backspin, brush the middle right. Come on! Doesn't it just behave now? You'll feel Coach Wang's combined force. One for penhold. Side backspin. Come on! Where is the key technique here? While finding the zone, do a small pivot. Look at these, friends. Thanks for the popularity tickets from Chongqing. Remember the body jamming spin in the middle? Remember the trick Coach Wang taught you? You'll be able to find when finding the middle, use a small pivot. Even when stepping in, do a small pivot. The small pivot makes space for the curve. It curves about 20 centimeters. Look at Coach Wang's small pivot. Clear the space with a small pivot. Then you find the contact point. Side top spin first. Coach Wang will start with the middle. Buy in, serve, small pivot. What's up with this blade today? Again, small pivot to the forehand. Forehand side. Small pivot. Understand? Small pivot. Again. Thank you. See, I found the point with a small pivot. Without that waist tuck, it always hits the body. You need to grasp this. Left side backspin for backhand later. Forehand first. When receiving long left side spin, remember to give the body a small pivot tilt. That gives you room to adjust. Got it? Two more for penhold. Small pivot, strike. See how accurate? Look at Coach Wang again. Small pivot, again. Small pivot, strike. This blade is so sticky, it keeps pulling down. Just clean the rubber once. No need to re-glue. Thanks, raindrop table tennis. That's the trick for left side spin. After the small pivot, as I said. Side top spin, brush the top right. Side back spin, brush the middle right. This ball curves inward. There's another type, friends. You know this one? It curves outward, making it hard to judge. Need a few balls. Anyway, besides looping, a fan asks, why did I teach looping first? Long serves are very hard to push. When you have a backswing, you can't find the push timing point. The forehand push timing? That's a good question. Forehand push timing. You can only combine power for a push and short ball. Only then is it long easy balls to control. Are uncontrollable with a push. Must learn to loop with Coach Wang. Inverted or short pips, doesn't matter. Always think about learning to loop first. Alright? Do you find this ball hard to loop? The left side spin point was an inward turn. Friends, first find your right hip and right foot. Position yourself for the contact. Watch. A normal loop and it curves away. So here is the trick. Your right hip and right foot must tilt to the right. See? Tilt with the right transition. Right hip and foot must be precise. Go serve the hook serve now. Forehand side. Serve it slow first. Make the rotation obvious. Curves outward, right? Brothers, Watch my movement. Your right hip and foot must have an outward dwell. Find this point and you'll combine power. Watch me. If it curves away, you lose the power point. Hard to combine power, right? Again. Practice the slow ones first. I'll step back. Slow ones first. Angle the blade slightly out. Brush the middle left of the ball. Tilt and press down slightly. Bite the ball first, then back to front. Watch Coach Wang find it outward. Feel my right hip and right foot. One more time. Thanks for following. Friends, watch again. Watch Coach Wang's right hip and foot, finding the small detail point. I'll do it slow. Again. See how I find each point accurately? Even curving outward. Buyin again. A few more. Mix the long and short serves together. Watch Coach Wang's hip-foot finding technique. If you need the course, go order from the blue snowflake below. Courses. See? Good. Once the point is found, right hip and foot find it to bite the ball, back to front after biting it. Then, gradually increase speed and pressure. Thanks for the flowers. Thank you. Still finding with the right hip and foot. Right hip and foot create space outward. Hit the ball after finding the point. Hit it right again. This is Coach Lee. Meet it. Understand? Step by step. Practice the slow ones first. Right hip and waist. Find the point. This ball is very hard to lose. Everyone finds it difficult. Contrast that with left side spin. With the waist tuck trick I taught you, it becomes easy. Outward curving means you can't combine forces, right? Come on. Serve it here. I'll show a wrong demonstration. Brushing the right of the ball. Blade angle must be open and tilted out. Slightly tilted. Thanks, DI. How do you bite the ball? Thanks for the heart. Understand? Thanks for the heart, Eugene. Side backspin and side topspin both exist. Many say Coach Yin. Side backspin is easy to bite and brush. How about side topspin? Raise the hand a bit. Look at the angle. Side backspin, this angle. Side topspin. Adjust brush it the middle like left of the ball. Still brushing with the back to front motion. Don't just smash topspin. Thanks, monkey bro. Thanks for the heart. Thanks for the heart, Blue. Friends, understand the forehand now? Forehand understood? If so, I'll teach the backhand. The forehand lesson is clear, right? Thanks for the support. If you understand, type Satu and I'll teach backhand returns. Thanks for the gifts, everyone. Thanks for the support. I've already taught the back to front part. Already taught for dead balls. Create space to the right back. Then just use back to front movement. If you need the course,